Good evening, everybody. Good evening. You know what day it is, you know what time it is. Welcome to another episode of Dear Lydia, Soulful Sunday Conversations. I am your host, Deanna Moore Taylor, and I am delighted to have you here this evening where we will have a delightful conversation with an intriguing guest about the F's: faith, family, fitness, finance, freedom, and following. All about women just chatting it up, talking about women things. And this month is a special month. It is a delightful month. It is an extraordinary month. It's April. April is all about spring, right? Although, if you live in Northeast Ohio, you would have to agree with me that spring is being very disrespected by winter, who doesn't want to seem to let go of their role in our lives and get over the fact that we're over it. So go away. So we are now having what I call sprinter weather, which is a combination of winter and spring. But our theme is Woman Spring Forth. It is all about renewal. It's all about using this month to refresh, revive, regather yourself, come back and regroup and refocus and get yourself together. The scripture from this month is taken from the book of Psalms, the 51st chapter, verse 10. New International Version reads, "Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me." Excuse me. So that means, Lord, create all things new in me, restore me, clean me up. Take those things that are not working and not allowing me to be my best person out of me and renew righteousness, restore what it is that you want me to be and everything you want me to have and all that you want me to give. Bring that back and bring it forth, Lord. So this month, we are talking all about spring. Woman, spring forth. And so today's guest, I'm so delighted that she is coming on. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely amazing. And she is going to share a wealth of information with us. Of course, we have our Sunday announcements. Woo! Let's talk about the Sunday announcements. All right. As you know, 3 businesses that we shout out every single month. Your business might be the business of the month. Okay. You never know what it is. But this month, we are shouting out 3 extraordinary businesses. First business, Destined to Overcome. Our guest nonprofit organization. It is geared to help women overcome the trauma, the trials, the tribulations, the challenges that you might face being your best woman. The website is www.destined2overcome.org. Our guest is going to talk more about our organization, and she is going to give you information about how to link up with her. Per usual, as you know, I am all about supporting my fellow women, female entrepreneurs. So tonight, I am wearing an article of clothing from none other than Smooches Fashion Apparel. Lady Daniela Ligon is the proprietor and owner of that. Go and check her out. She is on Chardon Road in Richmond Heights. www.smoochesapparel.com is her website. You will find everything beautiful, magical, mystical in her boutique. Go and check her out. And then finally, everybody, I don't know about you all, but I love jewelry. So we are going to shout out Tracy Lynn, Jewels by Tracy Lynn. This is a throwback piece from Tracy Lynn Fashion Jewelry. And actually, this was available through Jewels by Tracy Lynn. I used to be a seller of Jewels by Tracy Lynn and Tracy Lynn Fashion Boutique. I have since moved on from that, but I know plenty of people that sell AC Collins. Collins is one of my preferred preferred owners of Jewels by Tracy Lynn that I shop and support with. So please go ahead, feel free, check her out. She's on Facebook, and we will pop links to all of these businesses so you can go ahead and support them. Now, here is another announcement. If you know of a woman that is worthy of being on this show, somebody that you want us to have an intriguing conversation with, somebody that you want to learn more about. It might even be you. You might even say, hey, Deanna, I want to be on Dear Lydia. I have a program, I have a business that is worth following. Please have me on that show. Well, guess what? You are more than welcome to be on that show. You're more than welcome to be on this show. Please send me an email to Deanna at DeannaMooreTaylor.com, and let's see about getting you and or your preferred guest on future programs. We need to hear your voice. The world needs to hear what you have to say, and this is a platform for women by women to share their stories with the world. Are you ready for our guest? I am so excited about her. She has done extraordinary things as an educator with Cleveland Metropolitan School District here in Cleveland. She's been a school teacher for well over 20 years. She has loved on our babies, and she has taken that love and loved even more on our women. She is a woman of excellence, a woman of substance, somebody that I consider a very dear confidant and friend, and somebody, if you are not doing okay, she's going to make sure that you're doing okay. She is going to come and see about you. Please help me welcome to the Dear Lydia stage none other than my friend and my girl, Shaundallah Rogers.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for that introduction. I was sitting there saying, "You talking about me?"
I'm
um,
talking about you.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate you having me as a guest tonight. I appreciate all my family and friends that are, I think they're on and they're trying to listen in. So I thank you for people that have never heard of me that will hear something. Something will touch your life today. That is my prayer, that something will touch your life. You don't have to be a Christian to get the prayer. You don't have to do, just something will touch your life today. So
Amen.
um, as as Deanna talked about spring and springing forth, and I read a book, and I cannot recall the author, but it was called "Do Not Die in Your Winter,"
Mm.
and it was a black woman wrote it, and it's discussed
Wow.
how whatever winter you're in, uh, that don't die in that winter because spring is coming forth. Whatever your spring is, don't die in your winter. So, so as we discuss things tonight, I want you to remember whatever your winter is right now, do not die in it because your spring is going to come. And when you spring forth, you will be better. You will be renewed. You will be rejuvenated. And you will be ready to be used as a servant of whomever you follow. If it's a servant to yourself, try to be a better you. Um, so that made me remember that because I was in a winter, and someone gave me that book, and it really strengthened me. And it really let me know that I will not always be there. That spring is coming. Naturally, spring is
Yes.
coming. And metaphorically, spring is coming in your life. So you have to know that you have to sit in an uncomfortable situation. Winter is cold, isn't it? Isn't it? It's
Yes.
cold, it's dark, it's gloomy, it's ugly sometimes. That's an ugly face. But when that spring comes forth, and when you can be in free. And when you can feel rejuvenated, like, oh, I made it. I made it through that storm. I made it through that breakup. I made it through that weight loss or weight gain or whatever you need to do. I made it through that time where I was in getting chemo or getting therapy, or I made it through that time that I was sick. I made it through that time I lost my loved ones. I made it through that time where they said I wouldn't be walking again. I wouldn't have a baby. I wouldn't do. I made it through.
Yes.
The one thing about springing forth, remember the cartoons where the Bugs Bunny or them, they would spring up and they would be bouncing on something like a pogo stick. One thing about springing forth is you always got to go back and pick somebody up. See, don't forget when you spring forth, when God takes you out of your winter and you spring forth, don't forget about the people that need to know your story. You are somebody's breakthrough. Do you understand me? Let me get real close into this camera. You are somebody's breakthrough. Your life matters. Your walk matters. Your downfall matters to someone. Your failure is just the fact that you tried and you did not succeed at that particular time. As I was talking to Deanna when we were talking before we got on air, I told her that I just now understand that delay does not mean no. It can be delayed, but it does not mean denied. God has delayed some things in your life and in my life, but he did not say no. It's just not now. Not now. Not now. What are you going to do in the meantime? Whew, that's a good. What are you going to do in the meantime? In the meantime, in that winter time, what do you do between October and January and naturally? Yeah, I know you hibernate, right? You stay in, right? Mm. Sometimes it's your time to stay in. Ooh, to stay in and move and get away from people that have not been good for you in your winter. Sometimes it's time for you to move away from those people. You're gonna lose some people. You know how in the fall, when it's becoming winter, that those leaves fall off the tree. That's how some people are gonna fall out your life during your winter time.
Y'all better be taking notes because let me tell y'all, she came out woo, woo, woo. Y'all, I hope y'all got your journals and your notebooks out for that right there. That right there was a word.
So, and and you better tell them, Deanna, we didn't rehearse this. She didn't know what I was going to say. Heck, I didn't know what I was going to say. I just let God, when she told me and I knew that, I said, God, show me what you want me to say tonight. Somebody's on here that's in a winter in their life, and they need to know to not die in that winter. And let me explain something. Well, they'll say, well, how do you know, Shaundallah? How do you know? I know because I've been married 3 times and divorced 3 times. I know because I had to deliver a stillborn baby at 29 weeks pregnant when I was on the maternity floor and people were having babies, and I knew I was going to have a baby that could not. She was dead.
My God.
How do you know, Shaundallah? Because 2 years ago on February 14th, as a Christian, I'm about to say something, as a Christian, as going to therapy and helping women through their mental health, I almost took myself out of here. Yeah, February 14th, 2020, I was saying deuces, and I wanted to run my car into Lake Erie. But thank God, he did not let me die in my winter. Because if he did that, I wouldn't be here. He already knew what he was going to do. He already had that mapped out for me. And it was because of the support of family and friends that I am here. That's another thing. In your winter time, sometimes you may have to make a call and reach out. We so busy. We so busy not wanting to tell everybody our business. And that's okay. Because you have to be very careful who you tell what to.
That's true.
But you better find a support system. Because, sister, I don't care what color you are, you listening here. Sister black, sister white, sister Indian, sister whatever. Women are always nurturing somebody. And because we are always doing something for somebody, we don't nurture ourselves. And we get lost. We get lost in the social media. We get lost in the comparison. We get lost in our career. We get lost going to school. We get lost being mothers. We get lost being aunties. We get lost. But when you lose yourself, it's hard to come back. That's why you got to make sure your saucer is never empty. People say don't give from an empty cup. That means you cannot give out to people and dry up. What happens
Right.
what happens when you put water out and you don't do okay? My sister loves flowers. Okay, I don't have a green thumb in my life. I can't save nothing. She makes flowers come alive. It was this little bitty flower and she took it. But guess what I did? Because she left it with me. I didn't water it. I didn't nurture it. I didn't take care of it. And it dried up and it dwindled. That's you, ma'am. That's you, sir. If you do not take care of yourself, mind, body, soul, you will dwindle. You will dwindle and you will dry up. It is extremely important that you take care of yourself. And I'm telling you this, I'm working on this. Oh, yes. 3 or 4 years ago, I had lost 50 pounds and I was, I felt so good. And then during COVID, I ate my way back in there and a little bit more. So right now, I'm starting to not beat myself up, give myself some grace, and start all over again. At 50, I chose to say, you know what? At 49, I'm sorry. I said, I'm not going to teach anymore. After 27 years, it's been 28. And I'm going to go to school and become a mental health counselor. And yes, at first I was thinking, well, it'll be great because Destined to Overcome helps people, and that would be a great way I can have the credentials, blase, blase. But you know what? In the beginning, I did feel like that. The credentials would make me more. But guess what? Before I had these credentials, I was destined to overcome. After I get these credentials, I will be destined to overcome. If you don't have the credentials, whatever you are destined to overcome depression, anxiety, divorce, hurtfulness, attacks, rejection, molestation, everything in your life, you are destined to overcome because God has already wired you like that. He said before you were even woven in your mother's womb, he already knew. It's not
Wow.
that before your mother even knew she was having you, he already had it prepared for you. You are God's workmanship. He don't make no junk. I remember that was a shirt. When I was young, I remember that shirt. But some way along the way, as adults, as women, we have forgotten that he doesn't make junk. Because somebody told you was junk. That ain't the truth. Because somebody told you was too fat. Because somebody told you your lips was too big. Somebody told you your hair was too short or not enough or what. That doesn't mean it's true. People's opinions are not facts.
Yeah.
However, if you know that it's something in you that you want to do, stop making excuses.
Come on.
I'll let you sit in that.
You know what? I need for everybody to like, share, and invite share this broadcast. Everybody right now, share this. This is some massive jewels being dropped. For real, for real. I mean, you came out and was like,
I didn't mean to. I was just
but no,
I didn't
that
mean to.
was
I really
good.
didn't. I didn't
That
know
was
what I was gonna
good.
say. I didn't. I really just I want people to be healed. And I want people to know that if you're half of a person and no, let me see. If you're half of a person and you trying to find another half of a person and you trying to make yourself whole, you're never, that's not how it happens. Yeah, I'm
And
talking to us single women. It don't happen like that, sis. It
and and
doesn't.
and people don't understand that. They don't understand because, like you said, we haven't taken the time to sit down and deal with our mess. I remember from the time I was 18 until the time I was 32, I was in a relationship with somebody. It was with two different gentlemen during that time, two different men during that time. I wasn't just out here being in relationships. I just want that to be known. I was in a relationship for 5 years with somebody, and then 5.5 years with another person. And during the most important times of my life, I was in a relationship and they were dysfunctional relationships during the most important times of my life, like my youth. And you hit the hammer on the nail. I was a half a person trying to link up with another person who is a half of a person and got their own issues and their own problems. And we're trying to merge our mess together to become one. And it doesn't work. I found that my best time was when I was single. The 4 years between my last relationship and the time I started dating my husband was the best years of my adult life. I was able to sit still, and people, we glorify being in a relationship. And I'm not saying it's bad, but sometimes you just need to be by yourself, sis or brother. You just need to sit still and listen to, number one, what God has to say to you and what he wants you to do. Formulate a plan for your life and get in waiting and prep mode for God to bring you the guy. See, we look for the man when he should be looking for us. You came out with some powerful nuggets right there. Whew, sis.
Sis, sis, I all I can say is this. It's ugly. Just like you said, see, I'm on the other end. I had multiple people doing multiple things. I was off the chain. And in between those times, yes, I got married. Then I went back to being off the chain. And then, but God he never left me.
Yeah.
Even in the middle, in the mess, he never left me, but I would leave him. Now, this is good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. The last time, and this is how Destined to Overcome became. So
that was gonna be my next question.
Yes.
How did you form Destined to Overcome?
So this is what happened. I got married, my third marriage, honey. This man, he pursued me. I was at a point where I was happy. I was doing what God said. I was in a lovely church. I was okay. And so he was an older man, 14 years older than I was. I had never dated anyone older than I was. And he, kind of pursued me a little bit. He didn't even do much. This how you know, sisters, this how you know your standards is low. Let me tell you. And I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying this is where where your standards are low. That's real. What happened was we were going to a church function after church. Okay. And so I asked my pastor, he was new to the church. I asked my pastor, was he okay? Because I really believe. My pastor, like, yeah, because I was going to give him a ride to the place. So I did. I ain't want to get in the car with somebody. I was like, hey, is he good? So my pastor, like, yeah. So red flag number one. 14 years older than me, didn't have a car. But that's okay. I just, I was like, oh, yeah. So I drove him there, and I don't know what it was. Oh, I always had a thing of keeping my car on E, because I used to say E was for enough. And so he was like, well, where are we going if you don't have no gas? So I was like, well, I do it. I just got enough to get where I need to go. So he's like, Well, let me stop at the gas station. Now, y'all, let me tell you, he pumped that gas. Girl, you would have thought he gave me a diamond ring. He pumped the gas. He paid for the gas. I was like, oh. So he was cool. I don't know what it was. We had a little conversation. By the end of that day, we were talking and like getting to know each other, and I liked him. I don't know what it was. Could have been a lot of things. So we began to court, but it was so quick because I didn't want to be out of God's order. I wanted to be married, and I didn't want to act out before I was married. I didn't want to have sex. I wanted to do something different, because all the other times I did what I wanted to do. I met somebody, and we were still have sex. So this time I need to do something different. So of course we did, and he proposed to me, and it was quick. And we got married all the same in 1 year. In 6 months, proposed, got married, everything. In 6 months, y'all. It might have been 6, 9 months. Probably 6. So, and he would introduce me. Oh, there's Mrs. Davis. I love my wife. Love her. Even down to 2014, when I had hysterectomy. And during that time, he began to cheat. I did not know he was cheating because I couldn't have sex. So I didn't know. I just was like, well, you my husband. At the end of them 6 weeks, I'm ready to have sex. I'm like, hey, no, can we? And he's like, oh, I'm good. Oh, okay. So time went on. I found out because he told me. I didn't find out from nothing else. He actually told me, took me for a quick ride, turned to me and said, I've been cheating on you. And that broke, because this man really acted as if he loved me. Some of his family might be listening. He told them a totally different story. I don't know. All I can tell you is this. I was crushed. It was like the lights went out and the curtains was dark, and that was it. Because God, what are you mean? You mean to tell me I did this? And usually when things like that happen to me, and it was a very pivotal time in my life. My only son was graduating from high school. It was supposed to be a happy time. But at those times, I was a runner from Jesus. I would run. Oh, you ain't gonna do? Oh, this ain't happening. Boom. I ain't going to church. I'm about to be wilding out. This time, I couldn't leave. I'm a member of Imani United Church of Christ, with Pastor Humphrey is my pastor. And every time the church was open, I'm talking about for workshop, for a Bible, I was there, and I was there crying every time. I'd be sitting in Sunday service crying, rocking and crying, but I never left. So I don't know. God was just pruning me, like, you got to stick and stay through that winter. You gonna stick and stay. And it was a July day. This is where Destiny Could Overcome comes. It was a July day. My son, I used to try to hide crying from my son, but I was too hurt and depressed to hide anything. So I was crying, and I was sitting on my sofa. It was a beautiful day outside. And I closed my eyes and I opened them up, and I saw black. Like black, for real black.
Oh, wow.
I closed my eyes and I was like, oh my God, I can't see what's going on. And I said, Lord, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. And I said, and as clearly as I'm talking to you, the Lord said, I'm going to use this so you can overcome. And I opened my eyes, and it was sunny again.
Wow.
And I was like, what happened? And I still was crying because I didn't know what that meant. I had no idea. What do you mean? Because right now I ain't overcoming that. I'm crying. But actually, as I was sticking and staying, I was overcoming. I was getting stronger. I was getting better. And I started just having groups, like telling women to come over. We're going to talk. We're going to have girl talk. Because people used to ask me stuff all the time anyway. So let's do that. So it started off just like that. And then I noticed that women were, especially Black women, were crushed. We in church with our church clothes on, and we crushed. We dying inside, but we looking good on the outside. We wearing Gucci on the outside, but we done on the inside. We're
Mm-hmm.
thirsty for Christ in our life, but we're not thirsty to move when he tells us to move.
Come on.
And so it's so much going on with people that he gave me discernment. He gave me just see what was going on. And I talked to somebody and they said, well, you can make this, and this could be a nonprofit and you can help other people. And I said, well, it's a lot of empowerment women stuff, because there you go. I've underestimated what it
Mm-hmm.
could be. Well, it's a lot. I mean, what am I going to say that everybody else not saying? He said, that's not what I said. Here you are, a Black woman diagnosed with depression and anxiety. You're going to talk about that. I said, what? I ain't talking. That's my business. That's my good pill I take every day. I ain't telling people don't need to know that. But I did. And what I found out and what I researched is that Black women are dying. They're dying
Yeah.
because they hold everything inside. They're dying from the superwoman, Black woman syndrome.
Come on.
They're dying by heart failure. You think your heart failing just because you eating wrong, but it has a lot to do with your mentality too. Because you're not taking care of this, your mental. You're not taking, as a kid said at school, your mental. You're not taking care of that. You're not aware when you feeling like you can't breathe, that it's not a heart attack, it's a panic attack.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's some things so I was able to educate. Use what God has given me. Use what God has given you, whatever talent he's giving you, and able to help others through workshops, through Thriving Thursday. I know Deanna gonna scream at me because so does Clotia screams at me all the
I'm
time.
just waiting for it to come back.
I know,
I'm
I
just
know, I
saying.
know. So Thriving Thursday, where I come on and I, tell you're no longer just surviving through life. You are thriving through life. If I can sit here and tell you my story, then I'm sure you have a story that you can tell. And I'm sure that it's a way that you can help someone else. It just so happened a destined to overcome is the way that God has given me to help someone.
Yeah.
And then he said, I'm going to school. You mean to tell me, God, I can go during COVID when we're at home, you're gonna go to school. I'm telling y'all, I procrastinated with everything they wanted me to do. And finally I did it. And I said, I'm gonna go back. I'm a 4.0 student. I got one more year to go. I have one more year. I've just been inducted in the National Society for Counseling Students. And so do a lot of other people. But I did too. I had to remember that. I'm like, I did too. And so that just came from whatever God is doing. Have I had breakdowns? Yes. Have I had failures? Yes. Tonight, do I want to keep going? Sometimes I want to stop. But I know that I know whose I am, who I am, and who God's calling me to be. I have to be the best Shaundallah that I can be. But sometimes that means Shaundallah has to sit down. Shaundallah has to shut up because you don't know everything. Shaundallah has to listen and be able to let go of control. Women, we like control.
Yeah.
We like to know what's going to come next, how to fix it, how to do it. Because if we don't, then, what's going to happen next? Well, you're not always in control. You won't always know. But go ahead. But Destined to Overcome is a nonprofit. And I do workshops, speaking engagements. Thriving Thursday that I'm going to go back to doing. And on Facebook, on StreamYard and YouTube, and because Deanna fusses at me often, and so
Very often.
so I have to go. I have to make sure that I'm making time to strive in that way and to thrive in that way, because like it's a non-profit organization, but it's a business. So if I'm not working my business, the business isn't working. So, and that's right there.
And you know what? Oh my gosh, y'all! I hope y'all are sharing. I hope y'all have shared this broadcast. I really hope you have, because this right here is just a very powerful conversation, especially when we are talking about spring forth and earth. Because guess what, women, we are earth. We are the givers of life. Everything that flows from the woman. Everything that produces, it starts with us through God. But we are the beings.
Yeah.
And you made some very good points. You talked about wellness. A lot of times we think that, we have symptoms of stuff. I promise you, my doctor said if I come in with one more piece from WebMD, because I'm that, as soon as I get a symptom, I'm on my computer and I'm printing it out. Last time I went to the doctor, I told her I think I have Lou Gehrig's disease. She said, don't print no. Again, she literally cussed me out. Okay. I told her, I have told her I have had everything from ALS to Parkinson's disease to heart failure. I have given her 20 different symptoms that I thought that I told her I had tongue cancer one time. I just went in with some stuff. And she said, you know what your problem is? You're not taking care of yourself.
Yep.
She's like, that's your problem. You're working 50, 60, 75 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I was working anywhere between 60 hours on a good week to 70 to 80 hours when we were doing go lives and, pushing out software and doing implementations and stuff like that, opening up hospitals and things of that nature and all of that stuff. I mean, I was killing it, but I was killing myself silently, didn't even realize it.
Yep.
And the pandemic saved my life. It was literally a week before the pandemic. I was like, God, I'm about to die. I felt it. I felt that I was getting ready to have a stroke or a heart attack because I was getting up at 3:30 in the morning to get on the road by 5 to get to Worcester, get to Lorraine, get to wherever by 6 o'clock to push these go lives out. And I'm like, God, I'm so exhausted. And I'm driving in blizzards at that point, snowstorms by myself. And my husband was even like, what is your problem? Like, really, what is wrong with you? Like, this is not the way to live. And I was like, God, you got to do something or else I'm going to die. Next thing I know, we was home working. I was like, okay, well, thanks for answering that prayer really quickly. But I mean, we have to look at that. And I think we talked about it the last show. Especially with Black women, we have been taught to suppress our pain. We have been programmed from slavery since we got off the ship and came to Plymouth Rock and landed here in the United States and became slaves. We have been programmed as Black women to suppress our pain, to push past it. How many times have our grandparents, our parents, our mothers have told us, well, you know what? It's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Just pray about it. Just pray about it. Let me tell y'all something. Prayer, a counselor, and sometimes a pill is what you
need. Baby, you better say it.
Prayer. There is nothing wrong with prayer. I strongly believe in prayer, but I also have I have my therapist on speed dial, and I've had to call her during this pandemic. And listen, if I need a pill to calm it down, give me some volume, whatever I need listen, it is a temporary situation and we will get through it. But as a collective, women, and I don't want to take away from our guest, but as a collective, because she brought up some great points. As a collective, we have to empower and help each other and encourage each other to heal.
That's it.
And not hold it against your sisters and hold it against each other when we're going through something.
That's it.
We always want to talk about, oh, well, so-and-so don't look right and what's going on with so-and-so. And social media glorifies all this crap. I can't stand social media sometimes.
We know.
We have to, oh yeah, I do make that kind of out there, right? But we have to, you just brought up some very, very good points. So what what are some services that you offer through your organization?
Well, well,
And
well, let me do this. Cause see, I've been talking so much. Oh, I wear oxygen, y'all. Yes, I wear oxygen. And for me to even tell y'all that is a big thing because usually I be trying to have it. But I ain't got time to be having no more. I'm 50 years old. I wear it. It is what it is. It helps me. But I was when I'm sitting down, I'm good. It's when I'm walking around and moving around. But and I was gonna put it on, but I forgot I turned it off. It's okay. Um, I offer, I do offer one-on-one consultations. I do. And from those one-on-one consultations, I like if someone needs further to talk to someone a little bit more in depth, I have several, several people, several counselors, several therapists, men, women. A lot of times people want more African, if they're African American, they want one to look like them. I have those. I have, if they're Christian, they may want a Christian therapist. I know those. It is a network of Black Christian therapists in Northeast Ohio. I know one personally in it. But I also am learning to be a referral right now because I am in the process of being a counselor myself, but I would love to refer people so they can get in contact with me to find out where they need to go. Sometimes because it's to seek therapy is so taboo, some people don't even know where to start.
yeah,
So I'm offering that um to to people. You can contact me. You can contact me through my website, Destin, TWO Overcome, at gmail.com. You can also contact me through my website. I believe you can do contact through my website.
yeah.
It's destined to overcome.org. And then you can also call me 216-640-1961. Again, it's 216-640-1961. And so you can contact me if you need to. Facebook, I'm on Facebook as Shaundallah Rogers. I'm on Instagram as at Destined to Overcome. It's underscore, I think, Destined to Overcome.
I think it is.
I think it is. But you can find, I'm there. If you will see my logo. And if you go on my Facebook page, you will see my logo. It's right behind me on the Facebook page. So you look for that logo, you will find me. Um, if anyone from tonight, and I have to say this because I'm sure I trigger some things. If anyone from tonight needs further conversation, you can message me on Facebook. I can get you to where you need to be for help. If you know someone that you would like to see what Destined to Overcome is about, you can definitely inbox me. If you want me for a speaker at an engagement, you can definitely inbox me, email me, call me, and we can discuss that as well. I want people to be healed inside and out. I want to be healed. I have some illnesses, and one is I had a blood clot, and so it left me with oxygen. So I'm believing healing for myself, but as that I still have to keep going on. Look, even if you skinny or big or whatever, you still can be sickly. You need to take care of yourself. Go
That's
to the
right.
doctor, get that physical. I call them body alarms. When something is going on with me, when your body is not feeling well. When I did not know when I had that blood clot, I was like, like blacking out a little bit, like losing oxygen. I would be like, oh my goodness, what is that? Oh, it must be hot, because it was during a summertime in 2008 or 2012. I'm sorry, forgot 2012. And I didn't know that I had a blood clot. God saved me for a month. I was walking around with a blood clot in my right lung.
Wow.
I did not know, because I knew something was wrong, but I was too busy. I was too busy.
Yeah.
And then he stopped me and I couldn't breathe. And that's why I found out I had a blood clot. So please take care of yourself physically. Take care of yourself mentally. Reach out. You're not alone. You're never alone. It's always someone that can be there. If you are a Christian, you can still be a Christian and go to therapy.
Yes.
You can still go to Christ and go to therapy. If
Yep.
your neck was hurting, you would go to the doctor. Well, God has given wisdom and knowledge and a whole lot of training to counselors and therapists. You can go.
Amen.
And
Amen.
never stop being an avid learner. Learn about whatever you want to learn about. And don't, you know, it's am I scared to kind of step out and do something different? Yeah. But you know what? I had a quote and I put it up on Facebook. It said, if you're fearful, do it anyway.
Yep.
If you're fearful, do it anyway. Jump anyway. Write that book anyway. Do that chair exercise anyway. Yeah, because I can't do all that jumping around. But guess what? I can do a chair exercise. I can put my hands up. That's how I lost the weight before. I started doing chair exercises. Do it anyway. No, you don't have to know the whole scripture back and front. Learn one scripture and meditate on it anyway. Don't let anybody tell you what you cannot do, because you can do anything you put your mind to. That's why the word does say, what a man thinketh, he is.
Woo! Y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all took some notes. Like we have gone over, but that is okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because as the song goes, it's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Well, it's my party and we'll go over if we want to. Y'all don't pay no attention to me for real. Yeah.
She on fire her own.
Look, for real.
For real. She excited. For real.
I am. No, because you know what? These conversations are necessary. They are. And I promise you, I did not want to do the show. The Lord was like, you're going to do a show and you're going to have women on here and you are going to help heal the women. And I'm like, Lord, why you keep, I mean, when you said do it anyway and do it afraid, I'm like, Lord, you know that me and women helping, I mean, I don't mind helping women, but Lord, really? A women's ministry? Really? But like you said, we have to do it anyway.
Do it anyway.
So, word to those out here on this Earth Month, spring 4th, and do it anyway. Do it anyway. Yeah. Do it afraid. Do it afraid. Do it with your eyes open or even your eyes closed. Sometimes I just do it and my eyes I'm just like, Lord, it's like spin the bottle. Okay, wherever I land, Lord, wherever you want me to go. But just do it. Y'all, do it.
And remember, you are destined to overcome anything in your life. God bless you and good night. Have a wonderful night. Rest assured that God knows who you are. And if you don't have a higher power or whatever, the universe sees you. The universe sees you.
Amen. Y'all, she done closed out my show, everything.
I'm sorry.
I know you good. You're good. You are good. Listen, I love this conversation. This has been probably one of the easiest conversations that I have had since we have launched. This has truly blessed my soul, and it has encouraged me. And I really hope that it has encouraged the viewers out there. And I just want to say to you, sis, thank you for all that you do to make women better. Thank you for being vulnerable, being willing to be vulnerable, and allow us to see your vulnerability. And even though you might be afraid for us to see your vulnerability, it's real. Because you have some people out here that is just faking the funk, and they're doing it for the dollars, they're doing it for, the status, whatever the case may be. But thank you for being authentic. Thank you for being real. And thank you for always checking on us when we aren't well. I can't tell you how many times I have not been good, and my sis is going to be one of the first ones to text me and be like, hey, you need to talk, what's going on? Or she will call me and be like, hey, what's going on? What can I do? What can I do to help you? Thank you for being the woman that you are. And I just want you to know that the doors that the enemy tried to close, the doors that he is telling you not to walk through, God is getting ready to open up the floodgate. And you are getting ready, sis, to embark on miracles in terms of your physical health, your mental health. You're getting ready to embark on miracles concerning your finances. Destined to Overcome is getting ready to be international. It already is. You're impacting people in countries that you don't even know about right now. But it's getting ready to be seen. You're getting ready to be told. You're getting ready to hear from people from Africa, from France, from Europe, from Asia, from Antarctica, even, of how your organization is touching their lives. No longer are you to be a group page on Facebook. The Lord is saying it's time for you to open up and be a fan page so you can have thousands of people connected to you. They need you. They need your voice. They need your energy. They need your authenticity. They need your love. They need your nurturing. So, your assignment, as I always give you an assignment, I know, don't be rolling your eyes. Don't look, okay, everybody want to roll their eyes when I give them homework.
It's always homework.
I mean, hey.
Okay.
If you don't have, listen, if y'all got a coach or a friend and they don't give you homework, they ain't a real coach and they ain't a real friend. That's it and that's all. Okay? And that's going to be a t-shirt. If my friend or my coach don't give me homework, they ain't real. Period.
Okay, so what's my homework?
Your homework assignment. Your homework assignment is to form a Destined to Overcome Facebook page, a fan page, not a group. You can still keep the group page, but you need to be open so more people can be connected to your vine.
Okay. I will definitely do that.
They need to be connected to you. And those of you that are on here, I need for y'all to connect with my sister here. I need for y'all to flood her with love. And I need for people to flood her with donations to fund her project. Because a lot of people think that, nonprofit means free, right? You ain't supposed to make a profit. That's not the case. According to the IRS, you can only have a certain amount of money, but nonprofits need love too. So I need for those who can to reach out to my sister and bless her organization. And in turn, you will be blessed. And that's all I got, everybody.
That was more than enough.
That's all I got. This has been an amazing show. I want to thank my guest for being on here today. Shaundallah, you have totally blessed me. You have blessed us.
So,
Go continue to be the woman of God, the woman of grace, the woman of substance that you are. I am so proud of you and I love you so much. And
thank
I
you
want to
so
thank
much.
all of y'all for joining us this evening. Thank you to our guests. We have wrapped up. Can y'all believe it? This is episode number 5.
Yay.
We listen. Oh my goodness. We started this journey in February and we are now wrapping up our 5th episode.
Yeah.
God is so good. And what a powerful way to kick off this month and with a powerful woman like our sister. So we love you all. We thank you all very much for joining us. And as usual, listen, I don't make a whole lot of money off of this. I don't make any money off of this, but everybody knows I love a good cup of Starbucks. If you guys want to bless me with a cup of coffee, feel free to sow a seed into Cash App, $ Lydia Leader Project. Please feel free. I can always use a cup of coffee, y'all. Love me a good cup of Starbucks. All right. So feel free to sow a seed there. And again, sow a seed with my sister, please. Please, let's bless her and bless her endeavors. All right, next show will be on April 17th. Yes, I know it is Easter Sunday. We will do a pre-recorded broadcast. We will not be going live because I want everybody to enjoy their holidays, but I will pre-record this broadcast. And we have coming to the stage Lady Gilmore. She is going to wrap up our month. Oh my goodness, the queen on the scene will be at the purple table. You know what? We're going to have a purple table for dear Lydia. That's what we're going to have. It won't be called Purple Table Talk, but we're going to have a purple table. And Lady Gilmore will be here. She will bless us. We are going to have an amazing lineup for May. We look forward to having you all continue to watch us and support. Thank you all so much for the love that you have given and the support. And as we like to say, until next time, Lydia, have a wonderful evening. Good night, everybody.
Good night.